Module 4, Section 3.1, Simple Interest. Objectives. Objective 1. Understand simple interest and compute simple interest using the simple interest formula. Objective 2. Understand future value and solve problems involving investments and simple interest formula. If you deposit a sum of money P in a savings account or borrow a sum of money P from a lender, then P is referred to as the principal, also known as the present value. Interest is the fee paid for the use of a sum of money P called the principal. The amount of interest depends on the interest rate, the amount of money borrowed, and the length of time that the money is borrowed. Simple interest is generally charged for borrowing money for a short period of time. This is how we calculate the simple interest. I stands for the interest, P is the principal, R is the rate, T is the time. The annual simple interest rate usually given as a percentage, but when we use in the formula, we need to convert it as a decimal. Like 6% is the same as 0.06. Also notice that the time is in years. Let's work out some examples. Using the formula for simple interest and the given values, find I. Principal is given as $500, rate is 6%, time equal to 3 years. What is I? So we convert 6% into a decimal, 0.06. T is given in years, so we can substitute directly in the formula. 500 times 0.06 times 3. So the answer will be $90. In the second example, we need to find I, but notice that the time is given in months. Rate is 0.12, 12%. Time is 9 months. We need to convert that back to years. Divide by 12, 9 by 12 years. Going back to the formula, 100 times rate 0.12 times the time 9 over 12. When we do this arithmetic, we will get $9 as the interest. Third example, this time we need to find the principal, not the interest. We can use the same formula, I equal to PRT. We are concentrating on this variable P, so we can solve for P as dividing both sides by RT, P equal to I divided by RT. So we can directly substitute in this formula. I is $180 given. Rate is 4%, so it is 0.04. Time is 4 years. So we substitute the value for T as 4. 180 over this 0.04 times 4 will become $1,125, which is the principal amount. Example 4. Use the simple interest formula I equal to PRT to find the indicated quantity. Again, finding the value for P, the principal. Time is in months, 3 months. Going back to the formula, P equal to I over RT, we will get 18 over 0.04, which is the rate. Time converted to years will be 3 by 12, which is like 1 by 4 or 0.25. So $1,800 is the answer there. So one more example. Find the simple interest on a bought loan of $5,000 at 16% for 8 months. So notice the changes here. Time in months. Instead of giving the principal, we are expressing it as the loan. Okay, loan is 5,000, so that is the value for P. So the answer will be 533.33 when we put the numbers. Objective 2, future value. If a principal P is borrowed, then the amount A is the total of the principal and the interest. Amount A is the future value, P is the present value. So we can write A as P plus the interest, PRT. So taking the P common factor, we can rewrite the formula as P multiplied with 1 plus RT. A equal to P multiplied with 1 plus RT, where A is the amount or the future value, P is the principal or the present value, R is the rate, T is the time in years. Some more examples. Find the total amount due on a loan of $800 at 9% simple interest at the end of 4 months. So T equal to 4 by 12. Substitute in the formula. 800 times 1 plus rate is 0.09 times T, 4 over 12. If you are using the calculator to compute this, you need to use a parenthesis around here. So 824 is the answer. In the second example, the time is given in quarters, 3 quarters. We know that 4 quarters will make an year. So 3 quarters will be 3 by 4 years converted to years. So substitute T value as 3 by 4 in the formula. So we get 4,803.75 as the final answer. Example 3. Determine the amount you must invest to have $3,000 at the end of 39 months. Notice that 3,000 is the future value, or A, and the amount we need to calculate is the present value P. We are using a simple interest rate of 12.5%. Time is in weeks, so we convert that as years, 39 over 52. Again, substituting in the formula, P equal to A over 1 plus RT, we get $2,742.86. How much money will you have to pay for a credit card balance of $885 that is 7 months overdue if a 20% annual rate is charged? So this time the wording is different. So the credit card balance is the principal amount. 7 months overdue means the time for which we need to calculate the interest. So 7 over 12 is the time. APR is 20%. So that will be 0.20. Get $103.25 as the interest on that credit card balance. One more example. A loan of $1,000 is repaid at the end of 9 months. How much was the total amount, which is the principal and interest, if the annual rate was 5.5%? So this is the future value formula. A equal to P times 1 plus RT. Rate is 0.055. Time in years divided by 12. Substitute. Answer is 1041.25. In this example, we need to calculate the annual interest rate. So we paid $57 as interest on a loan of $1,107. It is for 66 days. So we assume that 360 days an year. So the T value is converted in years as 66 over 360. The rate is what we need to calculate, which is the unknown. We can work with the same formula, I equal to PRT. Then solve for R. That means we need to divide by P times T on both sides. Rate equals I divided by P times T. Then we can plug in the numbers. I equal to 57. P equal to 1107. Time equal to 66 over 360. And getting the value for R as 0.28085. If you want to quote the rate as a percentage, you need to multiply by 100, which will be 28.09%. A television commercial for a loan company says you only pay 33 cents a day for each $500 borrowed. If you borrow $2,841 for 175 days, what amount will you repay and what annual rate is the company actually charging? So here we need to calculate the rate first. The interest is 33 cents or $0.33 for using $500 for just 1 day. So the time value will be 1 by 360. P value is 500. Interest is 0.33. If you substitute in the formula, R equal to I divided by PT. 0.33 divided by 500 times 1 over 360, so that will give the rate as 23.76%. And this is answer to one of the questions. Now we can use this annual rate to calculate the future value A. So if we are using $2,841 for 175 days, the amount will be 2,841 times 1 plus RT, which is 0.2376. We are using the same rate here. And 175 days will be 175 over 360 years. Multiply this together, getting 3169.14.